These boats are the only two remaining sign net boats that catch mullet on an annual basis. So this is where the two nets are being joined with the rope. They're taking the net off one boat and attaching it to the net on the other boat. And we're gonna start connecting the two before we let them down. We've already explored how the mullet roe was processed, and we've learned a lot about that. But what we haven't talked about yet is how the mullet is caught, particularly the wild mullet. We're back in Xingda Harbor, and I have something very special to show you. You see these two beauties parked behind my boat here? These boats are the only two remaining sign net boats that catch mullet on an annual basis, and we're going to join them to catch mullet on these two boats. These two boats are from the 70s, but they are excellently preserved, and you can see how clean they are because all year round, they just wait for the mullet season. When you look at these boats, you'll notice that they have a bridge area up on top, and that is where Captain Wu, and I'll introduce you to him later, stands and spots where the mullet is in the ocean. There used to be 100+ pairs of boats like this in Taiwan that used the sign fishing method. These are the last two left. The Wu family, 3 generations who are going to meet in a short time, are the last ones who are catching fish this way. Right next to the harbor where the boats are parked is this unassuming structure, but this is the Wu family headquarters. I've been here a couple times, and it is a pleasure to bring you here as well. Let me introduce you to the Wu family, starting with Captain Wu. Wu船长，你好。
你好。
谢谢你的邀请。Right next to him is his son, Vincent, and we also have the 3rd generation, his grandson. 你不用说话吗？你 OK。你已经做了多少年
？50年了。
我们什么时候可以出去抓那个乌鱼啊
？8级风以上我们就比较不会出去。最好的天气就是在于说体感温度15度、13度，水温的温度差不多在21度至22度。太热它不会上来，它都是沉在下面。
对，你怎么看得出来它们在哪里啊？
哦，鱼浮上水面哦，都拢泛红的。
那个水的颜色不一样，是不是？
不一样，不一样，还有水波纹也会不一样。
We're back in Xingda. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I cannot tell you how long we've been waiting to go out on this boat to go mullet fishing. We've been on standby for weeks, and then the last few days we've come down here and been ready to go on the boat every single day. The waves have been too big, the conditions haven't been right, but today, I hope, we're finally going to be able to go out on these boats and show you how this is done, and give you a real feeling of a dying tradition in Taiwan. One of the reasons that this type of fishing is going out of style is because it is very labor intensive. Each one of the boats has 12 people on it. So we have a crew of 12 on this one, and on the sister ship, another 12. That's 24 people. That's a lot of manpower. All of these guys you'll see today are old Taiwanese people. There are no foreign fishermen on this boat, and that's another reason it's hard to do this kind of fishing, because all these guys are getting up in their years. The young people aren't doing it. it's becoming more and more difficult to assemble a crew of 24 people to do this type of fishing. Right now on the bridge, you have the grandfather and his grandson. One other thing I want to point out, they're using a tiller to steer this boat. I have never seen that before. It's a very traditional way to move a boat. It's amazing.现在要准备什么样的东西啊？
要注意看海面上有没有乌鱼了。
你是跟着阿贝已经多少年
？3年了，
哦，
今年要第4年了。
OK，
今年要4年。
你注意看啊，小可红红啊，起来钓了，你得使围这啊你。弟弟，现在情况是怎样？
有看到鱼。
It's a little bit after 9 o'clock and we've been looking for the fish for quite a long time. It seems the captain has finally seen something, so the crew has jumped into action. Here comes the other boat. You can see it's coming in really fast. So this is where the 2 nets are being joined with the ropes. You can see it right now. They're taking the net off one boat and attaching it to the net on the other boat. And we're gonna start connecting the 2 before we let them down. The boats are also tethered to each other in the front. You can see that we're now tethered both in the front and in the back. So the captain has gone back up into the bridge, and I think he's looking now where the fish are. And I think when he spots the fish, we're gonna start to separate and drop the net. You can also see here the water has 2 different colors. We're just crossing the boundary where the deeper water is a darker color and the shallower water has more silt in it. It's a lighter color, and it's exactly in this environment that the captain has seen the mullet fish. You can see the guy in the front, he's got his hand on the trigger. And when the captain gives the order, he'll release the rope and the 2 boats will separate. So we're all waiting for the captain to give the order of that crucial moment to let the net out and release the 2 boats to move independently and open the mouth of the net. It's 10 o'clock, we still haven't dropped the nets. The captain has been very patient, but we're hooked together and ready to go anytime the fish come. In the meantime, it's lunch, and this looks delicious. I'm starving, so I'm helping myself. The young man made this, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Feiju肉. 那么简单的东西变成非常好吃。It's 12 o'clock. The anticipation has died. It turned into boredom and then frustration. We've been at this many hours and still we never put the nets in. The captain has decided to take the nets apart again and for the 2 boats to separate without ever having a chance to use them. That's the way it is in real life. Sometimes fishing, you catch things, other times you don't.
今天有鱼，但是那个鱼太浅了，我们作业至少都要25米以上才能放网子。
对，因为我们的网子是50-60米深的
啊，那鱼比较浅，我们放下去网子会跟它连在那边。
This is the headquarters of where the fishermen gather. Grandpa, the captain, sits in the middle and all his crew sit around. We have the list of the people who are going to be on the crew this year, 12 on each side. This is really where they meet every day and every morning to wait and decide whether they're going to go out or not. The last week, I couldn't sleep at all. I can't leave this episode incomplete, or at least I hope not to. So we're back again, and this time I brought my boat too, and we're gonna follow them in my boat, and God help us, hopefully this time we're gonna be able to catch those mullet and show you that final part that we've been missing. Let's get on the boat and start to follow these guys and see what we can see. So we're now following the two Lian Chun Man, 111 and 112. And you can see them here on the radar. You can not only see them visually, but you can see them on the instruments as well, which is handy in case we lose them. Yep. So we're just trying to see what the captain is going to do, because when I look at my equipment here, I see a fish party going on like you wouldn't believe. If you look at the equipment, there are a lot of fish down there. The other boat is just coming to catch up. Are they going to put the nets down? I don't know. Water is very shallow here, under 15 meters. Let's stand by and see what happens.
一片静悄悄，从早上10点到现在12点半，绕了好几圈了。底下是蛮多鱼的，但是没有飘起来。他们要抓的是飘起来的鱼。出货了，出货了！这啦，终于哦，几点发现嘞？到站了。哇，咱出不完嘞！咱好，那镜头车看几万个拢红水。安尼哦，才有3万尾了。
这是我们今年第一次有破万尾的乌鱼，心里蛮开心的，终于有破万的插骨曲进来。
加3支个皮啦，2万尾就1支啦，3万尾就3支啦。